I know that one of the best things I could tell you, most helpful things, is about how to soften your heart. I believe I can tell you how to do it, but on the other hand, it is something that's so subjective. What I'm talking about is giving your life over to Jesus and trusting Him with it. Now, the way He put it is, he that seeks to save his life will lose it, but he who loses his life for my sake, he'll find it. So when you lose your life for His sake, you find real life. You find abundant life. Because as soon as you lay down your life, as soon as you say, I'm going to let go of that anger, Lord, and I'm going to submit myself to You, I'm going to receive Your guidance and receive Your love. As soon as you say that, what are you doing? You're giving up anger and you're picking up love. I mean, how could that be a bad thing? You're giving up deceit and you're picking up a forthright and full heart where you're not ashamed of anything. You're laying down your self-interest. You're picking up the God who can do anything and everything for you, and will and gladly overdo anything you could ever do for yourself. Just depend on Him. And you say, well, I've heard that before. I know. But if you really will just depend on Him, then the God of the universe, who made all things and who made you and who made your mouth and who made your heart and who made your mind, will know how to get His message to you. Just have that much faith. He's able to do it. And then look to Him and just say, Jesus. The power in the name of Jesus is the fact that Jesus makes you worthy to receive this information that I'm talking about. But to keep it simple. Keep it simple like the Israelites in the wilderness. If they had just listened when He said it, then they wouldn't have hardened their hearts. Just listen like that. And if you will receive one word from Him, the next word will come a little easier. But if you receive a word from Him and you can talk yourself out of it, if they had just listened when He said it, I was at the point where I was ready to just lay it all down and just take only what God had to say. He's shown me the real picture of it in my heart. And it will work for you. He lives in your heart. You look to Him in your heart. And then He will flow from Himself. He will flow in just the faith that He's there through the insides of your heart. You can look to Him for any purpose. Any way that you look to Him will activate Him flowing. If you know that much, you look to Him with that faith that He's there. You ask Him whatever question you want to ask, and He'll answer. Sometimes it is about knowing the right questions to ask. Knowing the right questions to ask can be a big deal and can make a big difference. So in this case, you could say, God, please help me with my hardened heart. But He might want you to get a little more specific. Well, what makes you think it's hard? It should be an answer. A conversation. Well, I don't feel like I hear you enough. It's like, aren't you hearing me right now? And you'd have to answer, yes, I actually am. And you're saying, well, this is all hypothetical, but this is actually how this kind of goes. Yes, I actually am hearing you right now. Well, then believe it. Trust that. It really does work like that. It'll be a still small voice a lot of the time. And it's not because your heart is not soft enough to really hear Him good. It's not really that. It's just that, well, He'll be as real to you as you let Him be. That's what it comes down to. So, I mean, honestly, for me at least, a still small voice is often enough. I don't really need it any louder because I've learned to trust the still small voice. That's what Elijah called it, a still small voice. It wasn't in the hurricane, it wasn't in the great wind, but it was in the still small voice that he heard God. I found that to be true too. I'm not comparing myself to Elijah. You got to remember where it said that the least in the new covenant would be greater than the greatest Old Testament prophets. And this is the reason why John the Baptist said that. It's because now you have God in you to connect with you. And you have the same access to God's voice and to God's presence. As long as you do appreciate it, it becomes no less satisfying. And I think we can do that when we learn how to submit to God and listen to His voice, not take Him for granted, not be doing it for show. In other words, not saying, oh, I hear God's voice and it's for show, and you're doing it to impress people. I think we can do it when we grow up into Him, become mature in Him. We let God become the satisfaction for our lives. And we put our faith in Him for correcting us in our hearts in that gentle way that He does it, where it doesn't offend you, because it's real and it's honest and it's open. Because God is able to do that. And we can do it too, but we really have to be mature. We really have to be hearing from God. We really have to be speaking from God's heart to do that. Because God's heart is always love, even while He's correcting. It's more than just telling you what you've done wrong, but offering right there at that same exact moment that the answer is right there within the words. It's like, I'm the way, I'm the truth, I'm the life. You can feel it in the words. So yes, you can look to Him in your heart, and you can get that kind of correction. You can get His help softening your hardened heart. You can start out by saying, I'm going to believe what I hear, and I'm not going to doubt what He's saying to me. I'm going to stop negating God, and I'm going to hear Him, and I'm going to listen. You can do that, but you can also get His help. It's like, Lord, how do I go from here? Because I feel like I don't hear You or feel You. But how can I become more sensitive to You? That kind of a question right there will open you up to all the possibilities that He could show you, and He'll show you. Part of it is that laying down your life for Him. In this case, what that means, when you're talking about getting your heart to be softer, you're laying down what you think to hear what He has to say. You're laying down your assumptions in order to get His truth. And then once you get His truth, your assumptions will be trash after that. You'll throw them away as trash. You'll discard them. You won't have any more use for them. Once you know truth, once you know Him, once you know how it really works. And I'm telling you, what He showed me, how it really works, is look to Him in your heart and let Him flow to you, and He'll show you what you need. Hope you've enjoyed today. I hope it helps you. Please comment to me. Please give me some idea what I could do to help you, because I have a lot of knowledge and I can certainly help you. But the more you respond to me, the more I can, well, see, even then, I'm not taking my cues from you either. I'm also taking cues from God about what to say to you. But still, to hear what you need, that gets me there too. Because if I hear what you need, then I go to God about it. And so, if you want to see this thing keep thriving and surviving, like and subscribe. Help me get the message out, because that'll strengthen our presence on YouTube.